Today, we're going to drive into a hidden force that's, well, it's pretty much everywhere. It's a principle so fundamental that it shapes our world in ways you probably never even realized, from the music you love to the tech that literally saves lives. And it all starts with a really simple question, something you've almost certainly done yourself. Why is it so easy to push a kid on a swing? I mean, you're not using a ton of muscle, but you can send them flying. So what's actually going on there?
While the answer is so much bigger than a playground, it's this universal secret, a physical law that lets engineers build incredible things. But if you ignore it, it can lead to total disaster.
So let's start right there. Let's unlock that secret, the secret of the swing. Here's the key. Every single object in the universe, a guitar string, a wine glass, a skyscraper, you name it, has a certain rhythm, a frequency it just wants to vibrate at. It's its natural default. And of course, there's a technical term for that. It's called the natural frequency. You can think of it as an object's vibrational sweet spot. It's the rhythm it just naturally falls into if you nudge it and let it go.
So back to the swing. When you're pushing, you don't just shove randomly, right? You instinctively time your pushes to match that back and forth rhythm. You're matching its natural frequency. Each tiny push adds its energy at the perfect time, and they all add up, sending the swing higher and higher. You're working with it, not fighting it.
And that right there, that perfect timing, that act of matching your rhythm to the object's own natural vibe, that's where the real magic begins.
And this incredible phenomenon has a name: resonance. It's what happens when you feed energy into something at exactly its natural frequency. The result? It starts to vibrate with the biggest possible motion, the maximum amplitude. You've basically found its sweet spot, and you're cranking the volume to 11.
So right at that point of resonance, it's like a perfect storm. The system just soaks up a massive amount of energy. Its vibrations hit their absolute peak, and the whole thing is moving in perfect sync with its own internal rhythm. It's just perfect vibrational harmony.
But you gotta wonder, how high can that peak actually go? I mean, is there a limit? What is it that controls all this power? Let's dig into the science of that peak.
Yeah, this leads us to a really crucial question. We know resonance can cause a huge, dramatic increase in vibration. But what's the safety valve? What stops it from just going on forever?
The answer is something called damping. Basically, it's just stuff like friction or resistance that slows things down. Now look at this graph. See that really tall, sharp peak? That's what happens when there's very little damping. But when you have heavy damping, see how the peak gets much lower and broader? Damping is what tames the beast of resonance.
Now, check out this graph. This is where it gets a little scary. See the number 1.0 on the bottom? That's when your push perfectly matches the natural frequency. Now, follow that line where the little symbol equals 0. That means there is no damping, no friction at all. Look at it. It shoots straight up to infinity. In the real world, this is what we call disastrous resonance, and it's when the vibrations get so big, the system literally shakes itself to pieces.
So we have this unbelievably powerful force, and it's not just some weird physics concept for swings and bridges. Nope, it is literally everywhere. You could say resonance puts our entire universe in tune.
And I mean it when I say everywhere. This isn't just one thing, it's a whole family of phenomena. You see resonance in mechanics, in sound, in electricity, in light, even down at the atomic level. Mechanical resonance, that's what we've been talking about, right? Our swing, a tuning fork that makes another one vibrate without touching. And yeah, it's the force that engineers have to be so careful with when they design buildings.
Then you've got acoustic resonance. This is pretty much how every musical instrument works. When you blow into a flute or pluck a guitar, you're making a column of air vibrate at its natural frequencies, and that's what creates those beautiful, clear notes we hear.
And believe it or not, the exact same principle works for electricity. This is the heart of how your radio works. When you turn that dial, you're actually changing your radio circuit so it resonates with the frequency of one specific station. It amplifies that signal and just ignores everything else. And it just gets more and more amazing. Optical resonance, amplifying light waves, is how we get lasers. And nuclear magnetic resonance? Well, that uses the resonant frequencies of atoms in your body to create those stunningly detailed images from an MRI machine. It's the same core idea, all the way from a swing set to saving lives.
So it starts to become really clear that this one simple idea, it's both. It's a fundamental tool for creating amazing things, and it's a terrifying force of destruction. It is both a creator and a destroyer.
And that's what's so wild about it.
On one hand, resonance gives us radio, beautiful music, and the ability to see inside the human body. But on the other hand, that exact same force can cause catastrophic failure if it gets out of control. Just let that sink in for a second. The same gentle principle that lets you tune into your favorite song is the very same force that, if the wind hits a bridge at just the right frequency, can amplify those vibrations until the entire thing just tears itself apart.
So yeah, resonance is one of these fundamental patterns of the universe, hiding right there in plain sight. It's quietly at work all around us, in everything we see and everything we do. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other invisible forces, what other hidden patterns are shaping our world right this very second?